Sanctification is defined as the ability of becoming holy or spiritually purified. This is often identified as something that is mentioned more in religious texts like Christianity, maybe even Islam. But ultimately, it is a process, when you think about it from a metaphysical standpoint, it is a process of truly connecting with yourself, truly connecting with consciousness, which is your divinity. Now, you have to understand that this may be an ongoing process. It may not be something that you instantly achieve by reading a book or trying a particular technique. This is the process of you becoming you actually being your true self. This means you are aligning with consciousness and aligning your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, your emotions with who you truly are. This means taking away the excess of who you aren't. Now, understand that the spiritual journey is about coming into the experiences of recognizing what you aren't, right? In order for you to see what you are. Recognizing who you aren't in order for you to see who you are. So you have to go through life. You have to go through some suffering, some ups and downs, some obstacles, some challenges, in order for you to be able to practice and have true self-awareness. When you have that true self-awareness, then you have the opportunity to tap into the contrasts of the universe, the contrast of your experiences of who you are. When you do that, you can differentiate the good from the bad, right? Which is your own conclusion as to what resonates with who you are. It doesn't mean that those things are actually good or bad by, the universal intelligence's standards, because universal intelligence, God, there is no good or bad. The universe is neutral. We place a label of good or bad depending on where we are in our lives, depending on who we are at this moment, right? And that means really looking at who all of us are, like every layer of who you are. Your ego, your conscious, your superconscious, right? Your higher mind, recognizing that all those things are going to have different levels of ratios, right? But you want them to be all in the same level, to be properly aligned. For many of us, it is our ego that is the most dominant force. And that's when we experience the most suffering. So for you to really get to this place of sanctification, you really have to learn how to manage your ego, bring the ego down, not identifying with the ego, not identifying with what the ego is programmed and telling you what to believe, right? Understand that the ego has its place, but the ego is not completely who you are. It is a part of you that keeps you tethered to this physical reality, so that way you can have a sense of identity, have a sense of recognizing your physical body and protecting yourself, recognizing certain patterns, recognizing what hurts, what feels good, recognizing comfort, right? But we have to understand that that isn't who you are. And so when you understand that the things that cause the suffering, the things that cause the pain, it's really the ego. Is really the ego taking charge over your life and over you. Now, what you must do is bring that ego down, manage that ego, recognize what that ego is. But then you must also bring your consciousness. You must bring that higher self, that higher mind of yours to a higher level. Be aware of it. Practice connecting with it. And so when you do that by ways of consciousness, right? Your conscious mind, being aware and analyzing what's going on with you by way of what's happening as a result of your mismanaged ego, using your conscious mind to recognize those patterns, recognize the programs, the hurt that has been placed from your ego, jumping over the conscious mind into your subconscious mind, where all your habits, all your triggers, all those things that you really just can't explain why you do what you do, that's where it is in your subconscious. So by utilizing your conscious mind to analyze all of these different aspects of who you are, you can then begin to take control over your ego and your subconscious, practicing things like autosuggestion, affirmations, visualization, the power of association, being mindful about your environment, who you hang out with, your circle of friends, even your family, making sure that you curate a environment where the things that you truly want in life, right, who you truly are, is in an environment where it is safe to thrive and it isn't criticized, right? So you can then actually follow your curiosity and follow your passions. So when you are at that place where you can analyze these aspects of who you are by way of your conscious mind, then you can begin to reprogram your subconscious mind, get rid of all the excess things that aren't you, right? But recognizing that those things that are not you help you to understand who you are. So recognize that all of this is a process and all of this is a gift. You just have to understand the mechanisms and the process by which you use all aspects of yourself to come into true balance. So as you use your conscious mind to program your subconscious mind, or I should say reprogram your subconscious mind, then you become more aligned. Then you become sanctified in being holy or spiritually purified, because now you have managed your ego, which causes us the most pain, suffering, grief, creates the most mess because it is mismanaged. And when you bring that down to a manageable level and align your conscious mind and your subconscious beliefs and thoughts and paradigms to match what resonates with who you truly are, then is when you tap into that higher mind, that higher frequency, that ability to tap into and understand that you are one with Source. You are one with God. You are one with the infinite intelligence that is all around you, that is you. And when you do that, that is when you actually achieve sanctification in metaphysical terms. Okay? So I want you to recognize that sanctification is a process of purifying, but really a process of letting go of the false self, the false narratives, the unproductive thoughts, the quote unquote negative emotions or negative thoughts, and recognizing that that is not who you are, that you are more than that you are divinity itself. You are an expression of that divinity. You are the individualized expression of God. And once you acknowledge that and you align all aspects and all layers of who you are with that reality, then you are sanctified, then you are tapped into your true self. Thank you so much. Feel free, go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, get access to this free ebook, The Power Within, but also get access to my Manifestation Monday meetings that happens every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to working with you. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.